Hi students, good morning. Can you please confirm I'm audible or not? Online students.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. So in the today we are going to discuss a second demo. Yesterday one demo is completed. Okay. So what are the things we have discussed in the yesterday? Like a I'm going to recap small recap here. Like a first of all you I'm before going to our Java full stack program, I want to introduce about your trainer details. Like my name is Mr. Tirumalesh. Okay, and coming to my experience in the IT, I have total 7+ years of experience, and also as of now I have worked 4 companies. Okay, so this is about my experience. And coming to the training experience. Okay, as of now I have worked 2 companies, not yet 2 companies, 2 institute I have worked, and also I have 4+ years of experience in the training. And also currently I'm working as a tech lead in one of the MNC company. Okay, so this is short introduction about your trainer details. And coming to the Java full stack program. Okay, so this Java full stack program I have it divided into the 4 modules here. Okay, in the module 1 I am going to discuss the backend technologies. Okay, so in the market we are having many backend technologies like a Java available, Python available, okay, and C sharp available, PHP available, okay, Node.js available. So we are having different kinds of backend technologies. Okay, we are having programming language. Backend technology is nothing but a programming language. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the Java programming language. Okay, why we are going to use the programming language already I have explained yesterday. Okay, so in the market we are having the 2 types of languages, guys. Okay, so what are the 2 types of language available? First one is human language available and programming language available. First of all, what is human language here? What is human language? Okay, one person want to communicate with another person, we need some mediator, right? So that's why human languages came into the picture, like a Hindi, Telugu, English. Okay, we are having many languages, human languages, right? So similarly, I'm a person, I want to communicate with the computer or machine, then programming languages came into the picture. Okay, so what is the use of programming language? By using programming language we can easily communicate with the machines, and we can develop any kind of applications. Okay, so most of the application, Java based application, like by using Java language we can develop the standalone application, and we can develop the web applications, and we can develop the distributed applications also. Okay, what is the meaning of standalone application? The application which is running in only one machine. Okay, so that is called as a standalone application. Okay, if you want to use the standalone application, first of all we need to download the standalone application and we need to install, then only we can use, otherwise we are not able to use the standalone applications. Okay, and also by using Java we can develop the web applications also. What is the meaning of web application here? The application which is accessible everyone at a time. Okay, and also the application which is running in the web, that is called as a web applications. Okay, so in the market we are having lot of web applications available, right? Flipkart available, Amazon available, IRCTC application available, Make My Trip available, Gmail available. So if you see any application in the web, that is called as a web application. Okay, by using Java language we can develop web applications also. Okay, and also by using Java we can develop the distributed application. What is the meaning of distributed application here? Okay, so if one application is communicating with the another application, that is called as a distributed application. Okay, why one application is communicating with the another application? Why? Because so I like a in the if you open the phone pay application internally using the banking applications, right? So we need to add the banks, then only we can do the payment, right? We can transfer the money, we can check the balance, how much amount is available, everything we can do, right? Like what are the functionality available in the phone pay, those functionality we can use. Okay, internally our phone pay application is going to communicate with the internally our phone pay application will communicate with the banking application. Which bank we are adding, that bank our phone pay application is going to communicate. Okay, so like this, one application is communicate with another application, that is called as a distributed application. Okay, why it is communicate with the other application? Phone pay application build the banking application, right? Why it is using the other application? Why? Because most of the companies, instead of redeveloping the existing code, it is going to use the, like it is using, it is used to reusing the logic. Okay, why? Because if we redevelop the any kind of project, it is going to take more time, and also we need to invest more money. Okay, it will waste of time, right? Already the logic is available. Why we need to redevelop? Okay, we need to develop innovative way, right? New things we need to develop. Don't develop the existing functionalities. That's why. So phone pay application is like a phone pay application is going to pay some money to the banking application for each request. Okay, whenever doing the payment, phone pay application is request to go to the banking application. For each request, the phone pay application is going to pay some money to the banking application. Okay, so like this, they are going to communicate, they are going to talk like, I will pay my code, like my application response, you need to give some money, like that they will communicate and they will talk each other, they will under they will understand okay. So this phone pay application is going to coordinate with the banking application people, then they will fix some money for each request. Okay, so like this, they are going to, instead of redeveloping the project, they are going to reuse the project here. Okay, similarly make my trip people is available, that people is going to communicate with the IRCTC application. Why? Because before make my trip application, IRCTC application got developed. Okay, IRCTC application is developed by government company. Already this application is available, so that's why make my trip people is communicate with the IRCTC application. Okay, so these people is sending the request like a customer details. Finally this make my trip people is going to get the response as ticket ID with the customer data. Okay, and also we're having the passport application. Passport application internally is communicate with the other application. Why it is used to communicate with the other application? Why? Because whenever applying the passport, right, when we apply the passport, so for the authentication purpose, this person is this person is belongs to the India or not. For checking purpose, our passport application is going to communicate with the other application, like this. So by using Java, like a many application developed the distributed applications by using Java. Okay, so what type of application developed by using Java? We can develop the standalone application, we can develop the web application, we can develop the distributed application. Okay, so this is about the programming languages. Okay, so our Java programming language, by using Java programming language we can develop different kinds of applications. And also in the module, like in the backend technologies, okay, what I am going to cover here in the backend technologies, I am going to cover Java, Java 8, J2W. In the J2W technology we are having the JDBC, JSP and servlets. Okay, but JSP is a outdated concept nowadays, we are not using the JSP. Okay, why? Because if you go to the company, so what are the things required for the interview, those things I am going to cover mainly here. And also if you go to the company, so what type of frameworks we are going to use in the company. So like many companies not using the J2W technology. Why? Because it is a outdated concept. So every company using the frameworks. Okay, why? Because if you use J2W technology, so it is used to take a lot of time for developing the applications. Why? Because so it is having lot of duplicate code. Okay, so that's why frameworks came into the picture. Okay, what are the frameworks available? Spring framework available, Spring Boot framework available. These frameworks are Java based frameworks. Okay, and also we are having the microservices. Microservices is a design pattern. Okay, based on the application, like it is the design pattern is going to change application to application. Okay, whenever developing the banking application, the design pattern will be different. Whenever whenever developing the e-commerce application, the design pattern architecture is different. Okay, each up like a diff, like a application to application, the architecture is different here. Okay, so in the backend technologies, I'm going to cover Java, Java 8, J2EE technologies, Spring Boot, and microservices. Okay, in the module 1, I'm going to cover the backend technology. Why I'm going to cover the backend technologies here? Why? Because first we need to develop the in the companies. First, which part we need to concentrate here? First, we need to develop the backend layer. Okay, then only we can go to the front end layer. Okay, I will explain about the architecture, then you can easily understand how the architecture is available. Okay, first we are having the front end layer. Okay, user interface, we are having the user interface, guys. Okay, first layer is called as a user interface, or we can call as a UI layer. Okay, first layer is available, UI layer. And we are having the backend layer, or simply we can call as a front end layer, UI layer or front end layer. Front end layer available and backend layer available. Okay, front end layer available, backend layer available, and finally we are having the database. Okay, like this we are having the different kinds of layer, guys. Front end layer available, backend layer available, and database available. Okay, so for example, if you open any web application, for example, I'm opening the Flipkart application. Right, so this is the user interface of the application. Okay, so this is called as a front, like by using front end technologies, this application got developed. Okay, so what are the things we can see on the user interface? That things are developed by UI technologies. Okay, so in the market, what are the UI technologies available? Like we're having the HTML. First we're having the basic technologies, guys. HTML available, CSS available, okay, JavaScript available, Bootstrap available, okay, and Angular available, and React available, and Vue available, Vue.js. Okay, so like this we're having the front end technologies. In the front end technologies we're having the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap are the basic technologies. So if we learn these basic technologies, then only we can then learn the advanced technologies. Okay, so in the companies, the market is expecting Angular and React. Okay, if you want to learn the Angular and React and Vue.js, so we need, first of all, we need to concentrate on the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. Okay, then only you can learn the advanced technologies. Okay, Angular and React JS having the more demand in the market. Why it is having more demand in the market? Why? Because Angular is developed by Google company, React is developed by Facebook company for their applications. Okay, so and also that company is giving more support for other peoples also. Okay, and like it is giving the library support and framework support. Angular is a framework, React is a library. They are giving, so if you are getting any issue in the library and framework, they are going to fix quickly. Okay, that's why they're having the backbone support for every peoples. That's why they are now currently we are using Angular and React for the front end development. And also we are having the backend layer. So what are the in the backend layer, what are the things we are going to use here, we can see. Okay, so here we are having the Java. Okay, so Java 8 available. So instead of Java 8, J2W technology available. J2W technologies. In the J2W technology, it is consisting of three technologies, guys. Okay, J2 like a JDBC technology available. JDBC, JSP. Okay, servlets. Okay, Java J2W technologies consisting of three technologies: JDBC, JSP, servlets, and Spring available. Spring available, Spring Boot available. Okay, and microservices. Okay, so like this, these are the Java based technologies. Okay, so we can use backend technology anything, guys. So currently we are learning Java, right? So that's why, so we are going to concentrate on the Java backend technologies. So instead of Java we can use the Python. Okay, instead of Java we can use the Python, and we can use the Python technologies. Okay, Python having some framework like a Flask available, Django available, right? Those technologies we can use. Okay, as a backend. And also if you go to the PHP, so we can use the backend technology as a PHP and their frameworks and their technologies we can use here. And also if you are using the Node.js, we can use the Node.js also as a backend technology. Okay, so here backend layer only we are going to change. Otherwise, like a for example, currently I'm using the Java, right? Currently I'm using Java is a backend. Currently I'm using Java as a backend, and I will use front end. Any front end technologies I can use here. Like a front end technology I'm using Angular. Okay, backend technology I'm using Java, and database also we're having multiple databases, guys. I'm going to cover multiple databases here. Like a first of all I'm going to tell MySQL database, and also I'm going to cover Oracle database and MongoDB, and also I will cover the PGSQL, PostgreSQL. Okay, as of now I know these many databases. Okay, I'm going to cover all the database, and also I'm going to develop the real-time projects. In that project I'm going to cover multiple database. We're having the microservices. For each microservices I'm going to cover different databases. Okay, so we can use Angular as a front end, Java as a back end. Otherwise we can use angular is a Angular is a front end, and Python is a back end. Okay, Python, we can use Python as a backend, and we can use any databases. Okay, otherwise Angular is a front end, PHP as a backend we can use. Okay, otherwise like a we're having the Node.js also, we can use a Node.js as a backend, and Angular is a front end. Okay, so like this we can use front end one technology, backend technology one technology. Okay, similarly we can use Angular is a front end. Okay, Angular is a front end, I want to use the backend as a Python. Otherwise I want to use Angular is a front end, PHP is a backend. Okay, otherwise I want to use Angular is a front end, Node.js is a backend. So like this, backend technologies is going to change. Front end we can integrate any technology. Otherwise, front end technology also we can use React here. My requirement is I want like it is going to change project to project, guys. Some projects if they will use the front end as a Angular, some projects they will use React as a front end. Okay, we can integrate front end is a React, back end is a Java. Okay, so I want my requirement is I want to develop React is a front end, back end is a Python. Otherwise, my requirement is front end is React, Angular, PHP is a back end. Okay, like this. So who is going to decide this one, guys? In the company, who is going to discuss? Who is going to decide? I want to use a React as a front end, back end is a Java or Python, PHP or Node.js. Okay, so we are having the architecture, guys. In the company, we are having the architect is going to decide. So which one is better? Either are we going to use the Angular is a front end or React is a front end, or back which technologies we are going to use backend technology like a Java, Python, PHP, Node.js. So who is going to decide everything? Architect is going to decide. Okay, and also databases also they will decide based on the data. Either are we going to use the MySQL database or Oracle database, MongoDB or PGSQL. Okay, we can use any databases for each backend technology. Okay, so like this we are having the full stack Java application development architecture. This is the architecture for the full stack Java development. Okay, so first see here I'm going to cover the backend technology, right? Why I'm going to develop the backend technology here? Why? Because in the company first we need to develop the backend layer. Okay, first which layer we need to concentrate whenever developing the application? First we need to concentrate on the backend layer. Okay, so first we need to concentrate on the backend layer. Before developing the backend layer, first we need to do the database design. Okay, first we need to develop the first we need to design the database design. How the like primary key foreign key relationship available, how many tables we want to use, everything we need to fix. First of all, database design. After database design completed, so we need to develop the backend layer. Once the backend layer is completed, we can develop the front end layer easily. Okay, we need to come from back to front whenever developing the application, then we can develop quickly. Okay, not going to develop front end to back end to database. Okay, so what approach we need to follow? First we need to design the database. How many tables is required, how many what is the primary key, what is the foreign key, everything we need to fix. Okay, after database design is completed, and we need to develop the backend layer. Once the backend layer is completed, we need to focus on the front end layer. Okay, so like this the application development happening in the market. Okay, if you go here, so that's why I'm going to teach first of all backend technologies. Why? Because if you go to the company, we need to focus on the backend technology first of all. Okay, so before telling to backend technologies, I will tell to the some databases. First I will cover the Java 8. Why I am going to cover the Java 8, guys? So if you go to the any companies without Java 8, you are not able to crack the interview. Okay, it is very important. Without that's why I am going to cover more Java 8 features. Okay, why? Because Java 8 is change the lifestyle of the Java. That's why there is having lot of demand in the market. Okay, if you check the versions list of the Java. Okay, so if you check the Java versions list. Okay, we are having the Wikipedia, guys, for the Java versions list. Okay, see here we are having the many versions: JDK 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. So like that we are having the total 26 versions available. Okay, so total 26 versions available. Okay, so if you see here JDK 1.0, like it is introduced in 1996. First version when it is coming to the market, it is coming to the market in the year of 1996. And also which company is developed by Java? Which company is developed by Java? Sun Microsystem company developed by Java. Okay, we are having the Sun Microsystem at the time of Java development. Okay, so here see here some colors. If you see some color here, pink color available, some light pink color available, right? So different colors available here. So what is the use of that color? What that color is going to represent? See here, if you see anywhere this color, it is a unsupported color. If you see light yellow color, this is the supported color. If you see light green color, it is the latest one. So this color is going to represent, light black color is going to represent future version. This version will come in the future. See here, Java 26 will come in the future. As of now, we are having total 25 versions. Okay, total 25 versions available. So in the future, we are going to get the 26 version. How they are going to introduce into the market? Okay, every year two versions came into the picture. Every year two version released into the market. Okay, so what when it is going to introduce into the market? March 1 version, September 1 version. Okay, March 1 version, September 1 version. March 1 version, September 1 version, it is going to release into the market. Okay, every year two version come into the market. And also whenever learning the Java it is like a version, guys. Java is like a version. So that's why, so we need to remember which version we need to concentrate, which version no need to concentrate. Okay, so whenever giving the interview also, they are going to ask some long term supported versions, guys. Okay, see here, LTS version. LTS nothing but long term support. Okay, our Java like a Oracle company. So first our Java is maintaining by Sun Microsystem. After some time, so that company is not given to the that company is given to the Oracle company. Nowadays Oracle company is maintaining the Java language here. Okay, which company, like a now which like a Java is under the license of Oracle company. Okay, if you see here, Oracle available, right? So I think, yeah, till Java 1.5, till Java 1.5, Sun Microsystem company is managing the Java language. Okay, from Java 6 onwards, which company is maintaining? Oracle company. From Java 6 to till Java 25, Oracle company maintaining the Java language. Okay, so now also our Java language is under the license of Oracle company. Okay, from Java JDK 1.2, 1.5, it is managed by Microsoft like a Sun Microsystem. From Java 1.6 to till Java 25. Okay, till Java 25, it is managed by, it is managing the Oracle company. Now also it is under the license of Oracle company only. Okay, and also whenever learning the Java, so we need to concentrate on the supported versions. Okay, why? Because if you go to the companies, they are going to ask the supported versions only. Supported means long term supported version. As of now, long term, how many long term supported versions available here? Okay, Java 8 available, it is a LTS version. Okay, LTS means like a Oracle company is giving the more support for the LTS versions, long term supported version. Okay, so Java 8 is available, Java 11 available, Java 17 available, Java 21, Java 25. Okay, so total 5 versions available, long term supported versions. This version giving Oracle company more support. If you are getting any issue in the, if you are getting any issue in this version, so Oracle company is going to giving more support for this. Within seconds it is going to fix the issues if you are getting any issues. Okay, so like this we are having the long term supported version in the Java. Okay, so don't learn the unnecessary version here. Why? Because if you learn all the things here, so it is going to take lot of time, our time will be wasted. That's why, so if you go to the interview, what type of questions they are going to ask in the interview, and if you go to the company, so which versions we are going to work on the company, on the projects. Okay, we need to concentrate on those things only. Why? Because it will, if you want to learn the Java, it will take 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 10 years also we can learn. Okay, so if you want to get the job quickly, first we need to concentrate on the LTS version mainly. From the LTS versions also, so in the interview they are going to ask the Java 8 only. Okay, many things they are going to ask the Java 8. Without Java 8, the interviews will not be available. Okay, why? Because Java 8 is change the lifestyle of the Java. Okay, before Java 1.8, before Java 1.8, Python people is challenging, we can write my like a Python code in the single line, right? So whenever Java 8, Java 1.8 come into the picture, at the time Java people's also challenging, we can write the any line of the code in the single line. Okay, we are not going to write multiple lines of the code, so within the line we can complete the coding here if you use the Java 1.8. So that's why, and also if you write the one line in the single line, so it is going to give the more performance also. Okay, it is not going to reducing the performance here, it is giving better performance. And also if you compare Python and Java, our Python is a more like our Java is a more speed compared to the Python, and also it is having more security compared to the Python. Okay, there is having many advantages, but if you want to write the Java code, so little complexity is available compared to the Python. Okay, so but it is having in the, like if you compare to the Python and Java, other technologies, so we are having the lot of job guy on the Java. So before, like we are having the less jobs in the Python. Okay, why? Because it is developing, it is coming to the market nowadays, right? But already we are having the some billions of the projects available in the Java. Okay, some billions of the project is available on the Java, the billions of the projects are running on the Java. That's why, so in the market, so there is having lot of jobs in the Java. So if you go to the Naukari portal, in the Naukari portal also we can see the job post, but for the freshers less jobs is available nowadays. Fresher, the company is not going to concentrate nowadays, the freshers is not going to take to the company. Why? Because, so if you want to train to the freshers, it will take lot of time, right? So it will, they will give some training, 2 to 3 months of training, and also some employees is going to give better performance, some employees not going to give better performance, right? It will waste of the money. That's why they are directly taking the who are having the experience, they are going to deploy into the projects directly. Okay, so that's why less jobs available for the freshers, and if you learn, if you able to develop the projects, we can easily get the job. Okay, so like this we are having the market. Okay, these are the backend technologies, and these are the front end. In the module 2 I'm going to cover the front end technology like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, React and Angular. I'm going to cover the any one front end technologies, either React or Angular. Okay, and also if you learn only, if you learn only syllabus. Okay, so I have learned the backend technology syllabus, and I have learned the only HTML syllabus. If you learn only these things, we are not able to get proper idea on the, like where we are going to use, which we like where we are going to use, like in the Java we are having some strings available, exception handling available, right? So some topics available. So if you learn only topics, so we are not going to get clear idea on the project development. Okay, so if you develop some different kinds of projects, then only we can get the idea which topic we are going to, where we are going to use. That's why I'm going to tell in the real-time projects. Okay, I'm going to cover in the module 3, I'm going to cover the real-time projects and real-time tools. Why? Because I want to cover each topic where we are going to use. Okay, if we use the real-time way, then only we can easily remember. Otherwise, if you practice theory, like if you by heart theory, we are not able to remember. That's why what I'm going to do here, I'm going to teach 10 to 20% of the theory and 80% of the practical I am going to teach. Okay, and also here live coding is available. Live coding nothing but I am going to type in front of you. I'm not going to copy paste anything here. I'm going to explain in front of you. I'm going to type in front of you. Okay, live coding is available. I'm not going to copy paste here. Okay, and also we are having the many whenever writing the code. So if you want to check like what happening inside the code, we are having the debugging techniques, guys. Okay, if you learn the debugging techniques, so we can easily fix the issue where we are getting the issue. Okay, like a standalone application debugging is different, web application debugging is different, microservices application is debugging is different. So different types of debugging I am going to teach here. Okay, so why? Because if you go to the company, so we need to like a, if you are getting any issue in the application, for example, I'm logged into the application, at the time I'm not able to log in, I'm getting the authentication issue. Okay, at the time, so the my manager is telling whenever log into the application, so we are facing the authentication issue. So what is the issue, can you check, like that he is telling. Okay, at the time what we need to, first of all what we need to concentrate here, first of all we need to check the log files, guys. Okay, we are having the files, like a files is going to store the application execution behavior. Whenever executing the application, at the time the log message will be printed in the file. Okay, we need to open the file and we need to check like a at what time we are facing the issue, and at which class we are facing the issue, and which method if we are facing the issue, at which line we are facing the issue. We need to check the issue and we need to fix the issue. Okay, so but that log files will be available in the Linux machines, guys. Okay, in the company our application is not going to run in the Windows machine, our application is going to run in the Linux machines. We need to log into the Linux machines and we need to check the log files and we need to fix the issue. Okay, so everything I am going to cover here. Okay, in the real time projects, in like what are the topics we have learned, for those topics I am going to cover the real time projects. Okay, and real time tools also I am going to cover. Why I am going to cover the real time tools here, so if you are going to the company, so my students is not going to struggle. Okay, if you go to the other institute, they are not going to teach the real time tools. Why? Because they are only teachers, we are the real time experts here. Everything I'm going to like a first of all I'm going to set up everything and I'm going to teach the tools also here. Okay, so what are the like I'm going to cover the 2 to 3 mini projects here. Okay, 2 to 3 mini projects, Java based projects and AI based projects I'm going to cover here. Okay, and also I will give some assessment projects also, 2 to 3 projects I'm going to cover in front of you. 2 to 3 mini projects I will give, 2 to 3 mini of projects assessment. Then you are going to you are going to become a expert in the project development. If you learn only theory, you are not going to become a developer, guys. Okay, you are become a student. Okay, that's why what I'm doing here, I'm going to develop the 2 to 3 mini projects. I'm going to give you 2 to 3 mini assessment projects questions. Okay, so you need to try yourself, you are not able to getting, so we will connect, we will fix the issue. Okay, and also whenever giving the interview, at the time also I will help you how to give the interview. If you are not able to tell to the interview questions, how we need to give the reply. Okay, so everything I am going to cover here. Okay, so what are the major projects I am going to cover? One of the e-commerce project I am going to cover, or otherwise I am going to cover the banking application project. Okay, for the project development only it will take 1 month of time. Okay, and also I'm going to cover the 20 plus real time tools. Okay, like a Maven available, Gradle available in the market. Okay, Maven, Gradle or JUnit. Okay, so we're having the build automation tool, guys, in the Maven. Like in the real time projects, we're having the build automation tools, Maven and Gradle. And also we are having the JUnit, guys. What is the use of JUnit, guys, here? Okay, JUnit nothing but it is a test, we need like it is a testing framework. Okay, whenever developing the application, we need to test our application is working as expected or not, then we need to use the JUnit framework. Okay, it is developed by using Java language only, and also we are having only one framework, JUnit framework for testing of Java application. Okay, and also we are having the Swagger, guys. If you like after developing the application, I want to provide the documentation to the customers, okay, clients, then we can use the Swagger. Okay, what is the use of Swagger, guys? If you want to generate the documentation, if you want to provide the documentation to the clients, we can use the Swagger. Okay, and also we are having the Docker. If you want to deploy our code in the live environment, we can use the Docker. Okay, so it is a ship, guys, like it is a container. Our code we need to keep in the container, so Docker will be taking care of our application. Okay, simply, so when we develop our application, so it is running in the local, right? So I want to keep in the live environment. Okay, if you see here, if we are having the Flipkart application, right, this application is running in the live environment. Live nothing but a production environment. If we want to keep our application in the live environment, we are going to use the Docker here. Okay, Docker is a containerization software. So if we keep our application in the container, it will go into the live. Okay, so we can say simply Docker is a containerization software, and Kubernetes available. Okay, Kubernetes nothing but a orchestration software. Okay, in the real time we are going to use multiple Docker, like a multiple containers we are going to use. So these containers will be arranged by Kubernetes. Like we are having our application is not going to run in the single container. Our application is not going to run in the multiple containers. Why our application is going to run into the multiple containers? Why? Because high availability, have high availability purpose, our application going to run into the multiple containers. Okay, how the container is available, guys? Here, if you open the container, if you open if you see the images of the Docker. Okay, if you see the images of the Docker, our application is going to run into the multiple containers. This is one container, second, third, fourth, like this our application is going to run into the multiple containers. Why we need to keep our application into the multiple containers? Why? Because sometimes one container is going to down whenever getting more number of requests. Okay, for example, one container is going to handle the 1000 request. Okay, so whenever getting the 2000 request, our server is not go, it is become slow, right? Sometimes it will be crash. So that's why what we need to hear, so we need to keep our application in the multiple containers. Okay, who is going to arrange this container, guys? This containers is going to arrange it by orchestration software, Kubernetes. Okay, so whenever getting multiple requests to the application, okay, so what is the request here? For example, I am sending the request like this. Okay, each click is a request here. Whenever sending the request like this, so if one container is going to handle the 1000 request. Okay, for example, I am getting 1 lakh request to the one container, the server is going to crash. Okay, so that's why our orchestration is software available. Like whenever getting more number of request, automatically increase the automatically it is going to increase the containers here. Okay, whenever getting the less number of request, whenever getting the less number of requests, it is going to decrease the containers here, containers count. Okay, based on the request, automatically it will increase, automatically it will decrease. Okay, so like this we are having the orchestration software, that is the Kubernetes. And also we are having the CI/CD pipeline, guys. So what is the use of CI/CD pipeline here? Okay, CI/CD nothing but a continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, first of all, what is continuous integration? Okay, so here first of all, where we need to keep our code in, like after developing our application code, where we need to keep, so we need to push into the GitHub, guys. Okay, for example, I'm having the GitHub account. After developing the application, we need to keep in the GitHub. First of all, what is GitHub here? GitHub is a source code repository server. After developing our code, we need to keep in the GitHub. Why we need to keep in the GitHub? like it is a central repository server. First of all, I will explain the GitHub here. Every day we are going to work on the GitHub, guys. Okay, every day, every second, every minute. Without GitHub, we are not able to work every day. Okay, so that's why this tool also very important. So first of all, we are having the GitHub. Okay, so for example, I'm a developer. I'm working the Hyderabad location. Okay, I'm a developer. I'm working in the Hyderabad location. This is the central repository server, guys. GitHub is a central repository server. Okay, we're having the GitHub. It is a central repository server. Okay, so for example, I'm a employee in the one of the MNC company. I'm working from the Hyderabad location, right? I'm working from the Hyderabad location. Okay, so I'm a employee, one of the employee. I'm working from the Hyderabad location. Okay, and also one more person is available. That person is working from my team members available. That team members is working from the Bangalore location. Okay, Hyderabad location, and also my team members available. My team members are working from Bangalore location. Okay, and also one more person is available. That person is working from the Chennai location. Okay, and also one more person is available. That person is working from the client location, USA location. Okay, so one person is available. I'm a person. I'm working from the Hyderabad location. Second person is available. That person is working from the Bangalore location. Third person is available. Third person is working from the Mumbai location or Chennai location. Okay, so one more person is available. That person is working from the USA client location. Okay, so here having different kinds of person, like a Hyderabad location, one person, some person is available. Bangalore location, some team is available. Chennai locations also some team members available. US also having some team members. Okay, so like this we are having the 4 peoples as of now. Okay, for example, I'm a developer. I have developed the I have developed the login functionality. I'm a developer. I have developed the logging functionality. How we are logging to the application, that functionality I have developed. Okay, login functionality I have developed. Similarly, Bangalore person is available. Bangalore person is developed by registration functionality. Okay, registration functionality developed by Bangalore person. And also similarly, Chennai person is available. Chennai person is developed by reset functionality. Okay, reset functionality developed by Chennai person. And also one more person is available, like a USA person, client side person. Okay, that person is developed by security functionality. Whenever log into the application, so it is going to ask the password, right? So that password we are not going to we are not going to save the password in the database directly. So it is going to save into the encrypted format. Okay, so for example, if you see here, so this is the encrypted password is not going to store in this format, guys, in the real time. Always we need to store in the encrypted format. Okay, always we need to use the encrypted format, then our password will be available safely. Otherwise, the hackers can hack our passwords. They will use the password. They will log into the application and they will hack our data. Okay, they will hack. Okay, in the real time. So we are not going to save the password directly in this format. Okay, we need to save the password in the encrypted format. Okay, so that's why. So one person is developed by this person, fourth person is develop the security functionality. Okay, so like this, multiple persons available, multiple locations available, multiple functionality they developed, right? So all the peoples, they develop separate functionality, right? And also in the companies, we are not able to share our source code, like whenever developing the code, we are not able to share in the social media sites. Okay, so they are not going to share the in the files, they are not going to exchange the data into the file. Okay, so that's why they are having the central repository source code server, that is called as a GitHub. Okay, we can use the GitHub, or we are some companies, they are using the GitHub software, or some companies using the